for today's cup of coffee.
Cup
with
of coffee,
Scream.
yeah.
Ooh. I had some Scream today.
You did. I was not there for that adventure.
No, because you had your own Scream. Kid had misplaced his cell phone for 3 days.
3 days.
And the withdrawals had kicked in.
No, it was
bigly.
No, it wasn't the withdrawals. It was like, oh shit, today is my therapy appointment. I'm not going to be able to get to my therapy appointment, nor am I even going to be able to do a Zoom meeting.
We have computers and we have cameras.
You think I want to take that time to set it up?
On this one, all you had to do was take the painter's tape off of it.
I love you. I'm not going to do that on your computer. I have my boundaries.
You're on my computer for other things. It's not recorded.
No.
This is called excuse making.
Is it though?
It is.
I don't think that's an excuse. I think that's just for me, it's a no.
Okay. Anyhow, he was ill. In Mountain Speak, he was ill. I mean, somebody's upset.
No, well, the thing is, I've been going through it mentally and spiritually since this past weekend.
Since you lost the cell phone?
No, since Saturday, probably.
Okay, well,
Saturday
we've had the
night.
geomagnetic storms and stuff like that.
Yeah. And that was before I lost my phone.
So, and it was one of those, it was a diligent search because, and you know, I understand very much the neurospicy because I are one. And it's a reason that it's a matter of having a designated place for things. Now, I do pretty good. If I see somebody put something down someplace, I can remember where it is. But if they move something and I don't see it, then of course I have no way of knowing.
Right. Well, I have 4 or 5 main places that I usually put my phone. Over there at the desk, on my nightstand right beside my bed, on the kitchen counter, like our little table thing, whatever that is.
Right.
Downstairs on the lamp.
And
on the bathroom counter.
I'm one of these, I usually don't have mine in my hand. I don't. I don't. Because I do not consider it a part of my body.
Well, it's not a part of my body, but it's a tool that I use.
Anyhow, he did finally find it.
What had happened was, damn, I didn't think about that. Certain shorts that I wear, stuff falls out more easily than others. Mm-hmm. And so I had my green 70s shorts on, and it fell out and just landed perfectly between my car seat, the driver's side, and the center console. Like right down in there. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how that it fell into there because the way that the cushions are designed, it's almost next to impossible to fall between there.
But you got to realize when you sit in the seat, and that makes it changes how the seat is, and then when you're moving and when you're driving, you've got the vibration and all that stuff.
And I fidget and try to adjust the way that I'm sitting a lot too. So it's yeah.
It can happen quite frequently.
But for 3 days.
Now remember, this is a kid that keeps going, I'm going to get a dumb phone. I don't want the smartphone. I said, well, you manifested it. And then he was pissy with me.
How am I going to manifest it if I don't? I manifest the fact I want the money to get a
you manifested
a dumb phone.
The fact that the other phone was no longer there. It was as if you had a dumb phone.
It was on my own terms.
Well, that ain't always how God works.
I want that physical switch with me physically swapping out SIM cards from phone to phone. Mm-hmm. Not for it to just vanish into the ether.
Well, if you've got a dumb
phone,
then how are you going to do Zoom on that one? If it's a dumb phone, you can't do Zoom on that one either.
No, but call. Just regular phone call. And the type of dumb phone that I actually want, which is a Japanese phone, it's called a Kitai. You can actually do social media on those phones. It's a flip phone, but
then
you
what's
can.
the point? I mean, it's the same damn thing.
It's a tactile reason. You got actual physical buttons and not a touch screen on the thing.
So it's going back about 15, 20 years tech-wise. Okay.
Yeah. Sort of. Yeah.
So I had to go to Sam's Club today because there were things that I needed that it was actually cost effective for me to have to go back out. And we've got rain and stuff that's supposed to hit our area over the next few days. And I thought, okay, today's the day that I'm going to have to go. You know, because you have to factor in all those things. This is where it's lots of bits of Virgo. And the Libra rising. And it was, anymore, when you get on the interstate, it is treacherous. It truly is treacherous.
Yeah.
And even in the stores and stuff like that. But I did get to interact with this one kid, and he was great. They work for T-Mobile. And it's not a good thing that Verizon, it's not a good thing that any one company has a monopoly basically in an area. It's never good for the consumer.
No, it's not.
And so I was they were giving me their spiel. Well, I have my spiel, which is if you ever come in this area. But they told me there's the possibility that T-Mobile is going to work with, is it Starlink?
Yeah, Starlink. That's Elon Musk stuff.
And I told him, I said, I'm a fan of Elon Musk.
Yeah, I think a lot of people
And
are.
it's like, so if you all ever get that would be most beneficial to people up in these areas. And he was talking to his buddy that he was working with, and he's like, do you know where? And he mentioned Tiny Town. He said, it's right in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, yes, it is.
Never heard of it.
He was such a good kid. And he, we got to talking about just different things because I like to talk to individuals. And to make him smile because kid has Asperger's and he didn't know that he had Asperger's.
The one from T-Mobile?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And, he had gone through, he has some kind of degree in computer or something.
Well, that's
typical.
Yeah.
And to sit there and give him, again, with the spiel of that God bless the meme makers and the shit posters and shit lords because they may save us all. That the white hat weaponized autisms, those are the good guys.
Yes.
And to see him smile.
Aww.
And to tell him it's a superpower.
Yeah.
It's not a disability. It is a superpower. And I truly believe that.
Oh, I think it is too, because those people can do incredible
yes,
things.
They can. They can recognize patterns and different things like that, unlike those who came before.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty good about picking up on it. I'm very much very observant. I had to be. And I do as far as patterns and stuff and traits. But other than that, when you sit and you watch the lack of awareness of most humans, it's frightening. So I'm like, is this a matter of over-medication? Because a lot of the people were older. They do not know where their ass is in space.
Do you know where your ass is in space?
And that was just incredible. And and then I had the thing about the spiel because I was looking for a product for kid, and the one time I had been through that aisle because I was through there about 3 times, and I noticed the spot on the floor, and I thought, what is that? That looks, because polished concrete floors, just like the jail used to have. I'm very much acquainted with those floors.
Well, you know the theories, right, of Sam's Club and Walmart,
with the
right?
FEMA camps and all that. So, yeah. And so, maybe it is. I don't know why they want a high gloss on concrete. But that last round that I made looking for white cheddar popcorn for Kid, because that's a treat for him. He likes that.
It's
and I
wondrous.
hit that it was some kind of, it wasn't it was almost like a gel type substance. I was sliding. I mean, I had like a skid mark over a foot long. I didn't fall, but it was one of these whiplash things. Everything, the whole little chubby body was just like, wah! And oh God! It was epic.
I have slipped and I get myself whiplash.
It was epic. And I wonder why it is that anytime something like that, you automatically turn around to see what the hell you stepped in on, stumbled over. It's just automatic.
Because you got it.
It's like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
So I went and turned my buggy around, and I parked my buggy over the spot and grabbed my purse, went to find an employee, and I'm like, hey, y'all got a spill up here. Because I was concerned that somebody else would come through and fall and get really hurt.
You said that it was like a gel
It
substance.
was.
At least with soda, when it dries, it gives some traction.
Well, yeah, I can see that. The sticky, I mean, I don't know that I've heard of that many people falling down in a theater.
No, that's good. That's
Yeah,
shoe
that and
glue.
the popcorn. Hell yeah, you could go hiking and,
That's
anything.
shoe glue right there.
Well, they had popcorn near there. Maybe I should have just scattered some. But she was telling me...
I'm talking about the sticky soda.
Yeah, that's just nice. She was telling me that there was somebody... Because I've worked retail. I understand how those floors are treacherous. Mm-hmm. And how, it's like ambulance chasing most people are. And she said that there was somebody that had a child the other day that was not controlling their child. Child somehow climbed out of the buggy. Woman blamed the store. I said, how in the hell was that your all's fault?
What?
Yeah.
Are those the people that try to do like insurance fraud and shit like that?
That's exactly who those people are. And
they do know that's very much illegal, right?
I do, but I also know that it's encouraged.
No, I'm asking you, do they know that it is very much illegal?
It's one of those, we are seeing people not getting the consequences of their bad behavior, and everybody else who does not have bad behavior is being punished for it. And I'm over it. I really, really am. Because when somebody does something like that, whatever is passed on to the consumer, and there was some kind of weirdness going on with eggs again.
Where you could only like buy 2 cartons at a time.
2 cartons of eggs, because the normal, supply of eggs that they usually have were not there. There was not the variety that is there often.
But it's Sam's Club. It is a bulk store. Mm-hmm. Most restaurants need more than 2 packages of eggs.
Absolutely. So I don't know. I came home.
Do you have to go there multiple times a day?
I came home. No, because it probably, since the AI is checking you out at the door, that's weird. But I looked to see if there was some other kind of whatever of the moment, flavor of the moment, scarcity, disease, pestilence, whatever your thing is.
Ignorance, pestilence.
Yeah. I couldn't find anything, so I don't know what the problem was. And that is, there's a problem with, as far as consistency. Sometimes you can find things, sometimes you can't find things.
Yeah.
I noticed they didn't even ask, were you able to find everything today? I was like, no.
They probably already knew.
Prices were jacked up on things again.
And most of the cashiers and stock and people like that, they don't even know what the hell's going on half the time as far as like higher up dealings.
Oh, no, I know they don't know that. But as far as price increases recently, yes, they've definitely noticed that.
They do, but sadly, there's nothing that they can do.
No, there's nothing that any of us can do. But coming back, and this was, like I said, just observing people and walking zombie-esque type behaviors, lots. And then you will always... Every now and then, and there was a couple of women in the supplement aisle that were not from here. There was various and sundry reasons and why I say that. People in a certain region behave in a certain way. People from outside of a region do not understand the culture and the behaviors.
Right, it's cultural differences.
It is a matter, if someone is waiting to get past you, you've got two buggies parked in front of them. You're over there on the side. There's no way. And the thing was, it was almost like you're not even worthy of getting by. And I thought, you don't know me. You don't know me. So it was one of those. Then it was a matter of driving home. It was a matter of driving home. And again, people with that's the reason we got the blind leading the blind thing, icon today. And there was somebody in this Audi. And people, there's reasons that people that own certain cars get certain reputations.
In a what?
Audi. A-U-D-I.
Can you describe the car for me? What does an Audi look like?
Sort of boxy-ish. It's got the 4 circles there on the back. That's usually more affluent people that can afford them.
Oh, is that the bougie cars?
Yeah, of course. And so this one was puttering along. So just a matter of getting up speed, going around. And as I get near this person, they sort of start, it's like they want to race.
Some people do.
And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you?
They try to do that sometimes.
And it's like this one, that one, and then there was a bus that had some kind of wagon behind it and then the trucks, and it's like, this is madness. Doing 80. Because it's people from other places that they're used to doing that. People around here 5 years ago didn't drive like that.
No.
And because we had cops that would pull you over and give your ass a ticket, they have stopped doing a lot of that. So anyhow, the Audi at a certain point, and I will tell you this, the license plate said PUP. P-U-P-S-O-S.
What does that mean?
Speeds up and passes me and gets in front of me and slows back down. And so it's one of those that I had to repent because I was like, lady, I hope you step in dog shit. Because I figure it was some kind of a dog rescue.
Mama.
So then
it could have been worse.
Then I had to repent for wishing ill on someone.
Is that really ill?
Bad to wish that somebody steps in dog shit because that they were an asshole?
Especially just once. Like, being like, may you step in dog shit once.
Repeatedly. No, I wanted it to be repeatedly. Every time that you get a new pair of shoes and that they have good tread, may you step in dog shit. Now there's a curse that you can use.
And may them be pure. May them be brand new white shoes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's the good tread shoes.
That's stark white.
So here I am having to repent. But it just amazes me, as far as even when I had gotten off the interstate, that I had someone, and I was doing the speed limit, or close to the speed limit, but because the roads are so mountainous and very curvy, there are certain points that you are supposed to reduce your speed, and you've got limited visibility on a winding road. But when I've got somebody that literally is about 20 foot behind me, if a deer runs out, if anything is in the road, and I mean, my God, there's all kinds of stuff that can happen, then guess what? Then I'm hit.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just that one. There were two doing the same thing to it.
For real?
And I'm thinking, this is that sheep herd mentality. It truly is. I'm going to blindly follow this person, even though they're doing something highly dangerous. And I've seen it on the interstate. That has been going on for years.
You can't do that.
No, it's unsafe driving.
It's like the people riding your ass and trying to make you speed up. And it's like,
right. No, I'll slow down. I'll make them suffer. Yeah, I can be petty.
I'll just stay at the current speed I was already on.
But it's one of those that
be petty.
These people, it is a form of blindness, mental blindness. Mm-hmm. The inability to see beyond this particular second. And we're not talking that happy, be in the moment type mentality. We're talking about the inability to have forethought that can prevent disaster.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know if it is a lack of... I've gone through every scenario. Is it a matter of lack of parenting or training?
A lack of self-preservation?
Well, yeah. Yes. Do I think a lot of these people have been poisoned through various and sundry means? Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Because a lot of ways they have.
But it's just astounding. And this is one of the reasons that I don't go out of the house as much as I did. And this did start in 2020.
Yeah, the shit was not like this before 2020.
Right.
At all. Everything was still, semi-decent then.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was just, and then people got stupid. And some of them have wised up, and some people are still stupid. I did still see young people probably in their 20s going through there with coof masks on.
Still?
Yeah.
What?
Because they've become indoctrinated and they don't even understand that. They don't understand it. It looks like some of them would have done a little bit of research. And even in the fact that you had... because of the education that I did have, I understood how stupid that was to start with. And that you have a good chance of getting bacterial pneumonia because you're breathing your own filth. Not only that, you're breathing in particulate. And there's been a lot of people that's been having problems because they have breathed in particulate. I wonder if we're not going to have something that's akin to mesothelioma, which is a lung cancer that was produced by people that worked in the shipyards back in the day, and they had fiberglass and asbestos, and it was those it acted almost like splinters in the lung tissue.
Huh.
And so some of the cancers and stuff, the body is incredible. If you've got a source of irritation or whatever, it can form almost like a callus. And then it's at a certain point, and I don't know if it had to do with the structure of the asbestos itself, that it could cause a cancerous growth, because that's a foreign object in the body.
That is.
So if you're breathing in any kind of fiber, textile workers used to get, it was called brown lung, because that they were breathing in all the particulate of the material that they were sewing. Everybody's heard about the coal miners getting black lung.
Mm-hmm. That's why you had to wear respirators or some other type of face thing.
Yeah, but it wasn't a little whatever these damn things are that's fuzzy. They're fuzzy. Yeah.
That's weird.
Didn't you examine them? Did you never take the time to examine them?
What, the goof masks?
Yeah.
No, I did. I could tell that it's like a little bit fuzzy, but I didn't know what it was made out of, other than like some sort of papery material.
Kind of, but it's got particulate.
Yeah.
And that was the reason, as far as like, I would bring my own. I had my little attitude masks and stuff.
Yeah, the cloth ones.
Uh-huh.
The cloth ones are better.
Uh-huh. And I resented it. I still resent it.
I didn't mind it because it reminded me of Japan.
Yes, but you've got to realize they've got hive mind over there.
Yeah.
They really do. And it's like God loved them, as far as, because they've had generations of, if you dare step out of line.
Every cold and flu season, they wear those masks. Every cold and flu season. And if the person is sick, even if it is just a cold, they will wear it out in public.
Question. Has it stopped the colds or flus from ever happening?
No.
Right. Right. But it's just, again, it was just another day of observing, blind leading the blind. And that you would have these people that were just stop in the middle of whatever, and with, cell phone videoing or whatever, and it's like, pull to the side if you're going to do this.
Yeah.
The lady that cleaned up the spill, she was working the door as I was going out. And there was this older gentleman and this woman. And the woman, I don't know what the hell she was doing. And they had just stopped right out the door. And I just looked at the woman that, was working the door. Mm-hmm. And she's like, and she thought it was the dude. And I'm like, it ain't him. And she just told him, she's like, hey, people are trying to get out the door. And I thought, oh, God, she's one out of my bunch. Because it was true. You don't block an exit or an entrance.
No. What was he doing?
The old man wasn't doing anything. It was the woman that he was with that was doing the stupid.
What was she doing?
I don't know. I think she was trying to show him something on her phone.
Wait till you're outside to do that.
Yeah. And then some of these people trying to get across the parking lot, and then again with the interstate, and it's just like, no.
Because now I will do this. Now, a lot of the time I can drive and smoke at the same time. I can light up a cigarette, but usually if I'm having difficulty in that moment, I will find a good place to pull off on the side of the road, or like a little parking lot or something like that, and I will light one up. Or in this case today, I had a drink with me. I wanted to open said drink. I found a little alcove that I could pull over.
Right.
So I pulled off into that little thing. It's right in front of the church. You know which one I'm talking about. Pulled into that, opened my drink, took a good swig, lit up a cigarette, then pulled right back into the road.
Well, if you need to do that, that's fine. Like I said, those of us Gen X, hell.
Because it was safer than struggling to open a bottle.
I get it. But it's, again, with the differences in the generations and the multitasking and the different things like that we were required to do. It wasn't always that we wanted to do it. We had to do it because that was how things supposedly were done. To juggle 15 things at once.
No, usually I can open a bottle perfectly fine on my own. But in this case, it was one of those big Mountain Dew bottles.
Right.
I could not do that with one hand.
No, I understand.
I did try to place it between my legs, unscrew the cap. It was not doing it, so I pulled over.
But that was the wise thing to do, was to realize the limitations that you had. And this is why I try to encourage you to think ahead. Make sure that you have whatever that you need, or that you've got, so that you're not trying to fumble and that you're not distracted while you're driving. Because OSHA.
But also
I'm a fan of OSHA.
But also when I do that, it's not often that I do pull over somewhere and do that. It gives me a breather.
Yeah.
Because if someone's riding my ass and I don't want to get in an accident or have an assault charge, I'm going to pull over, take a second. I'm going to light me up a cigarette, and then wait. and then pull back onto the road.
Right. And again, I don't know if it's a matter of just narcissism, that it's that hooray for me and shit on you attitude, that their time is supposedly more important and more valuable than other people's time. Well, if their time is that much more valuable, then they should have spent it more wisely by leaving 10 minutes sooner. Again, I'm not responsible for somebody else's bad behavior and bad decision making.
No.
Which is why anymore, because as far as old and crotchety, and I can be, if they want to run up my ass, I will go 25. Mm-hmm. If they still pushing it, I'll do 20.
See,
there is no minimum speed limit.
The only reason I don't do that is in case someone decides to throw a fit and then ram their bumper right into the ass of my car.
That is one of the things as far as a cell phone. If I felt like they were... Now, would I get that out and video them in a heartbeat? So they could throw their little fit down there at Regional.
Yeah.
They're used to people throwing fits. I booked in quite a few of them throwing fits. Well, didn't impress me down there. It don't impress me out here on the road.
Personally, right now, I can't afford to get into an accident.
No, I understand. When it's something like that, their insurance and stuff, they have to pay for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't help in the meantime.
But it still runs your own insurance up as well.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't?
No.
If it's not your fault?
It doesn't run your insurance up.
Huh.
No. Did you not understand that?
No, because Dad told me a totally different story. He was like, either way, it's going to run your insurance up.
No, if it is somebody else's fault, if you were driving safely and there was no way to avoid the accident, and if it were to make your rates go up, find another damn insurance group. No.
Okay.
Anyhow, spirit of blindness, the blind leading the blind. Shit. Let them fall in the ditch, and my ass is going to stay here in the house and drink coffee.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Final thoughts, kid.
Be safe out there. Be safe.
Absolutely. Situational awareness all the time.
And to add on to that, I do have the little doll in the mint green dress with me with the strawberry UK, blonde hair.
Yeah, the little UK doll.
Yeah. And I think I have a few names lined up for her. I don't know if I want to name... I kind of like the name Madeline.
That's a pretty...
Or Madeline.
I like that.
I was also thinking... Okay, at this moment, the only thing that's coming up is Madeline, and I just had the other names too, so I guess that's her name now, is Madeline.
He loves them. Thank you, lady. Thank you.
Yeah, I really do. Okay, Daisy was the other one. I was thinking of calling her Daisy. Mm-hmm. Or like Shirley, because of Shirley Temple, where she had the curly hair. But it was like, no, it's not the same type of curls that Shirley Temple had.
No.
So, Madeline, Daisy, and I guess we can axe out Shirley now.
Yeah.
But I like her. She's really cute. I need to figure out names for the other ones too. They're just pretty.
He was totally, completely thrilled.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, tinfoil hats, if you would like to share your observations of the blind leading the blind, put that in the comment section, or you can send me an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com, and it's there in the description box.
Mm-hmm. If you like this video, subscribe, like, comment, share. Also check her out on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube. We're Landa's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also check her out on X, previously known as Twitter. We're Landa, COCWS. Thank you all for joining us. Have a good.
Know that you are loved.
Mm-hmm.
Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. Look at the ground when you walk in case there's spills.
That's what I do.
But you gotta, I mean, it's a matter of just, you gotta.
See, I look down rather than look up.
No, you gotta
and
look
so
around.
I miss a lot of stuff that is above my head.
Yeah. No, you gotta look all around. You gotta look all around. And, Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.